The second semi-final of the World Cup being played between Pakistan and Australia. Aaron Finch won the toss, sent Pakistan into bat. And you'd have to say that this first half of play, or this first quarter of play rather, the halfway mark in their batting effort, Pakistan would say, we're happy. They were 71 for no loss, but just on the dot. It was the last ball of the 10th over that they lost their captain Babar Azam, which means they're now at 71 for the loss of 71 at the loss of one wicket. This is Cricbuzz Comm Box. Of course, you'd have to say that this first 10 overs, the power play just completely belonged to Pakistan. Their best power play of the World Cup?
Yeah, and they won't be complaining. It's more than what they would have liked to have. We've seen their style. They want to hold on to those wickets, which they held on. And Australia allowed them to get to almost close to 50. So
47,
47, which is just par or better than par from where you look from Pakistan's point of view. And even at over number 10, I think they've just cruised along. I know, yes, Australia has used up their weaker links. Maxwell's bowled 1 from Mitchell Marsh. Yeah. But, this was the weaker side of the Pakistan side. So, at over number 10, yes, I know you've got rid of your fifth bowler, 3 out of 4 there. But Pakistan probably would be in a happier position.
Correct. Yeah, you're right. You've got to play your stronger suit against the stronger suit. The stronger suit for Pakistan is their openers. You've allowed the openers to play half the innings. They've got 71 in that. You've got Rizwan, who's still on strike. The captain did his job, 39 of 34. Was looking to accelerate when he lost his wicket to Zampa. And really, it's just been a little surprising from Australia that they didn't choose to attack, bringing Maxwell in the third over, giving Stark just the one.
We did talk about that a little earlier.
Yeah.
It's a call that they might make because with so much data going around, data are making decisions. So, it's an obvious one. Either you were going to attack, or if you have 4 bowlers and part-time the fifth bowler, then you had to look at an opportunity where can you fit them in. So I think they went towards that fit them in option because they're probably worried about what the Alis can do at the end and what Shoaib Malik did. And so they wanted to, hold back Stark for the end. And, Pat Cummins, of course, bowled 2. So they probably are thinking of how they want to end. And Pakistan was only worried about getting onto the game. This is a semi-final. We've heard Zach talk. We've heard all the great players over the years. When they get into the semi-final or a final, it's about the start. You saw Rizwan today. How fidgety he was. Normally he's calm. So you allowed Pakistan to get over those nerves, and I think Pakistan is not complaining at the moment.
There is a big shout against Fakhar Zaman. Australia walking around checking if they want to take the review or not. They're not enforcing it, so they've gone right through. Another one who's going to be slightly nervous, slightly edgy is going to be Fakhar Zaman because he hasn't really lit the tournament up so far.
Yeah, my memory of him is, that game in England against India, and he was, attacking best, and, he actually was the reason why we went out of that tournament. But this tournament, he struggled. And partly, I think, why he struggled, it's not his game that's struggling. He's an opening batsman. And the Pakistanis have had such great starts in every game that when he's come in, it's, unusual position for him. And he has to keep going. And what he's actually done well, that he hasn't wasted time ever. Either he's got out or he's just started, he's kept going. And I think that's why probably Pakistan is stuck with him. He's almost like a insurance that they've had. They've had a good start, but, they wanted another opener sort of a player because, everybody at the back, starting from Hafiz is, once they get, not once they get in, as soon as they walk in, they keep going. So I think it was almost an insurance that they've kept. And they've still carried on with it.
Matthew Hayden has spoken before the game and mentioned how Fakhar Zaman is going to be their weapon to use against Zampa. Because again, for leg spinners, as Ajay Bhai was saying yesterday, is that leg spinners have always been a problem. He said, don't be surprised if you see something incredibly special from him. He's built the guy up once you get your support staff giving you all that, just all that encouragement. You think that it would be it. But, I mean, if he can do that, because, you were pointing it out yesterday saying that leg spinners have always created issues for Pakistani batters. If he's the guy they can use to blunt that Australian weapon, then that'll be a job well done by Zaman.
No, it'd be perfect. I mean, if Fakhar Zaman can take care of Zampa, I think at this stage he's already bowled 2 or 3. So he's got an over, or maybe at the most couple of
starting
overs
his
to go.
third now.
Yeah. So, and this is a crucial stage of that game. So if he can get going and, get even 7s or 8s probably off Zampa in the next 2, then Pakistan sailing all the way. And, from the corner of my eye that I got a glimpse of that first ball, he's trying to go after him, which is a good sign.
Boom. Yeah, that's right.
Because it's boom from now on. I mean, there's nothing left. 9 wickets in hand. Australia is the one who's going to be taking punches. Even if you give a couple of punches to Pakistan, they've got enough firepower left for the last 8-9 overs to go.
They are very well poised to get a 170 plus score because they've got some big hitters to come. Still work to be done, but the foundation has been built. Now let's see if they can build the penthouse and kit it out with a nice swimming pool on the upper deck. Can they do that? Well, we'll check when we come back on Cricbuzz Live at the end of this Pakistan batting effort. This is all we have for you on the Comm Box update. Thank you.